So Nico, welcome to Haas F1 Team. What's been your first impression so far with the team?
Thank you. Yeah, first impressions are good. Obviously, only seat fitting today. Getting to know everyone, getting my position for the car. The seat for tomorrow, holding the wheel. All these, first things you do when you arrive at the new team. Naturally, quite excited.
And obviously, your first permanent drive on the grid for 3 years. What does that mean, getting back to being a full-time Formula 1 driver?
It means a lot to me. It's definitely a big success and something that I'm proud of after 3 years away, as you've mentioned. I think not so many guys have achieved that, mainly world champions. So I joined a very exclusive circle there, and obviously I'm very happy about it and look forward to get back to racing.
And you obviously spoke to Gunter when you were sort of negotiating joining the team.
Yeah.
What's he been like so far, and what's he told you about the team?
Yeah, I get on with Gunter very well. We know each other since many years. Obviously, that relationship is going to become more close and more intense now as we start working. He said obviously that you're a good team and that there's good potential here. But I can see that from the outside too, and wanted to race again and the challenge. So that was easy convinced.
And obviously in the interim, since leaving Renault, you've been the reserve driver at Racing Point and Aston Martin. And fortunately for you, I guess you've had a few standing roles there. You've had 4 or 5 race weekends to be involved.
Yep.
How important was that, obviously, for you to keep involved with Formula 1 and be racing?
Yeah, I think it was very important. And the races I did, I think also they were quite successful. There were some highlights, and it's always good, to remind people, hey, this guy's also still around, and he still knows how to drive. So I'm not sure that without those couple of races that we would be sitting here now, or that I would be sitting here now.
And obviously 2 of those races were at the very start of 2022 in Bahrain in Saudi Arabia, and it was the new regulation cars.
Yeah.
How have you found driving those in those 2 races? Obviously it was in the early days of the porpoising and stuff, and things have changed a little bit, but how have you found that?
Yeah, they're different and they're not. Obviously it's a car of 4 wheels, all the principles and the physics are the same, but obviously on the technical side there's some big differences and some sensations and what the driver feels inside the car. It's certainly quite different. I feel in general it's really promoted and helped the racing this year. I think we've had quite a exciting season in terms of racing. I think following another car and overtaking has definitely helped that.
And obviously you're pairing it with Kevin Magnussen for next season. We've got a very experienced driver lineup on the grid now. What benefits do you think that'll be for the team in 2023?
Well, experience always, obviously brings experience. It means the guys have been through probably situations before. Knowledge from different sort of teams that you can bring to your new employer, which often can help. But I think we're a good lineup. No worries whatsoever to work alongside each other, and we'll work hand in hand to try and push the team forward as much as we can.
Obviously, following up for that, Kev spoke about last week. You 2 get on now. We had that little funny jig at Hungary a few years ago.
Yeah.
But you're obviously on good terms now, and he said he's chatted to you multiple times since. So what do you know of him as a person since speaking to him in the last couple of years?
Yeah, we don't know each other that much yet. Again, that relationship will become more close now, naturally as your teammates. But yeah, we're totally fine. That situation from Hungary 2017, I think, is more than digested, and we're both grown-up adults, respect each other a lot. So look forward to start working with him.
And we've got a couple of months, obviously, until testing, two and a bit months. What are you going to be doing in that time between now and then to get yourself physically and mentally prepared and getting ready for the new season?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough winter physically. I'm going to have trained very hard to prepare myself. Obviously, a little bit of downtime too around Christmas time, where you slow down, recharge the batteries a bit. But looking forward to the winter time, to prepare everything and then fully recharge to start into the new season.
And finally, obviously, it's hard to make targets this far out from next year as well, 2 months into it. But have you set any targets for your return to Formula 1 next year?
I think as a team, you always want to do better the following year than the previous year. That's kind of normal. For me, obviously, there's going to be some sort of getting used to the car and team time. But then I just want to do the best possible. Race for good results and absolutely be in a position that after the weekend we say, okay, we've absolutely nailed this one. We didn't leave anything out on the track, and this is as good as we were this weekend.